Well, we have terrible news of the Kanchenjunga train accident today in Bengal. At least 9 people are dead. The opposition has hit out at the government. Perhaps it's not time to do politics over the loss of lives. What exactly is the situation of the anti-collision system in the Indian Railways, which was meant to prevent exactly this? That's what we'll be discussing. But before that, this report.
That's right, I come to you live from the Rangapani railway station, the exact spot where the goods train rammed into the Kanchenjunga Express. In fact, let me show you the visuals here. Rescue operations underway. These rescue operations have been going on for the past, almost 8 to 9 hours. And what we are being told is that rescue operations will go on all night today. In fact, the latest that we are getting from the Northeast Frontier Railway is that the down line has been restored. In fact, the up line is taking more time to be restored. That will also be restored shortly. There you can see this is one of the coaches that was rammed into. In fact, remember there were 3 parcel vans as far as the Kanchenjunga Express is concerned, which is why many lives could be saved. The latest that we can tell you about the death toll, the official figures that we're getting is that 9 people have lost their lives in this absolutely horrific accident. In fact, the train manager and the main loco pilot of the train also lost their lives. However, the latest that we have gotten from the Northeast Frontier Railway is that the assistant loco pilot is critically injured but is alive. He's being treated. He's critically injured, as I said. So, his account will be very important as far as the investigation is concerned. But just look at the rescue operations that are going on here as I walk along this particular track. Here at the Rangapani station, absolutely horrific tragedy. Remember, there were multiple teams that were rushed to the spot. You had the state rescue teams, the NDRF, all working round the clock to restore the track.
Well, joining us now, Arunendra Kumar, former chairperson of the Railway Board, and Akhil Agarwal, ex-director general in the Railway Board. Thank you both very much for being with us. Mr. Kumar, the question I was asking is, for years and years, we've spoken about this Kavach anti-collision mechanism. I know it's been rolled out in some areas, but why has it not been rolled out across the country?
It takes time. This is an experiment which has been started for quite some time and has become successful after a couple of modifications in the whole system. The government has rolled out. The country is about 1 lakh kilometers. It will take a lot of time to roll out the whole system. It has to be on each locomotive, it has to be on the track, it has to be on the coaches. So it takes time to roll out such a big system all over the railway. So it's not going to be easy initially.
Mr. Agarwal, is that something you agree with? Because the other perspective is that we've been talking about an anti-collision device for years now. It's not a conversation that started 6-7 months back. It's been going on for at least the last 4 to 5 years. Why does it take India so long to roll this out across the country? I know we have a large railways, but why the delay? Have we been unable to master the technology?
See, this Kavach is a technology which has been developed indigenously. The Indian Railways Research and Development Wing, that is RDSO, has developed it along with the Indian manufacturers. We have the train production devices which have been importing. We have been importing those devices, but because once we import those devices, it is extremely difficult and extremely costly to maintain that. And that is why we have decided to develop our own system. The system is already working on South Central Railway, around 1465 kilometers, and it is on New Delhi, Bombay section, New Delhi, Calcutta section. The work is in progress. So it's not that it is taking time or we are not doing anything. But as Mr. Arunendra Kumar, our Chairman Railway Board, sir, has said, it takes time for such type of a system to be provided on the entire Indian Railways. We are working on Delhi, Bombay and Delhi, Calcutta section, and probably we will see the light of the day very soon.
Mr. Kumar, the other way of looking at this is that if it's taking us so much time to develop this technology, and if the priority is to save lives, then surely we should be importing systems which work no matter what the cost, because we can't have a situation where we have accidents like this 2 to 3 times a year and people lose their lives.
Kindly understand that this system is required, and it is not like buying a mobile phone that you have a phone and everything becomes safe. The system has to run foolproof because there are lots of false alarms which can happen, and every time you have to test, and there are 2 tracks, 3 tracks, there are yards, there are various types of trains, there are various so many locomotives we have, over 11,000 locomotives, 55,000 coaches, so and over 1 lakh kilometer of track. The equipment has to be mounted on the track, on the locomotive, or by the side of the track, on the locomotive and on the train to function in a coordinated way and in a foolproof way. So it all takes time. The fact that we have started is a very big thing to happen. It has not happened in the area of accident today. It should have happened, but there's a direction to this plan.
But
that
Mr.
we take
Kumar,
Delhi,
why
Mumbai,
hasn't it happened?
Delhi,
I mean,
Calcutta,
we all
or-
have directions, but people have just lost lives. So I'm just trying to understand, could this not have happened faster? Or is it in a state of development which needs a lot more time? Is it orders for the systems
like
which have not
this,
been placed?
The issue is not the order, issue is not the money, issue is that the technology itself, it takes time. It's just, you just don't bring a SpaceX technology tomorrow and fit into a locomotive.
But then why
It's
is it
just
that
not
it's working
possible.
in some parts
the point
of the country
that it has
and
started,
it's not installed in other parts of the country?
because it has started in one particular direction. You have 2,000 kilometers to plan, next year is 3,000 kilometers, and we have 1 lakh kilometers, so it's going to take lot of time. But the fact is that technology has to be tried, and this has started. That's a very big thing. The railway has been developing this technology now for over last 15 years. It has matured.
So I think,
some
Mr. Kumar,
suppliers,
therein
but
lies
not
the
so many
problem, sir.
suppliers.
For 15 years, we've been developing technology, and today we still have an accident where at least 9 people have died. Does that not show that somewhere down the road, our pace of developing technology is what the problem is? You know, it's important to have national pride and develop our systems, but if we can't deploy it in time, and you said 15 years, then we're stuck, aren't we, sir?
See, the answer is not exactly that if Kavach is deployed, everything will be first class. It is not so. We have to first understand why accidents happen. Kavach comes at a stage when everything fails. And the Kavach design had been developed, discarded, and now we have reached a stage that we are able to adopt it. Because when you develop a design and you have something like a sanction from US or some other country, then everything falls flat. So it takes time to develop. This has to be appreciated. Technology is not just you wake up and say, I have a dream, and so tomorrow you start doing it.
So
it's
15
not like
years,
that.
sir, it's
but
not
the fact
waking
that
up
the government
tomorrow.
is doing it, and that's a very big thing.
Mr. Agarwal, at this rate of adoption of Kavach, how many more years do you believe it would take before we have almost 100% deployment on our railways?
The 100% deployment, we have to see how much we need it, how much track are required to be covered by Kavach. Even in the foreign countries where we have advanced railways, they don't provide such type of a system on the entire railway. So for more than 100 km per hour, the section where the trains are running at more than 100 km per hour, they provide something like this device. Now, second thing is, one has to understand that it is a safety system. We are developing a safety system to the standards of the Europe. And then when we are developing a safety system which has a safety integrity level of 4, which is the highest level of the integrity in the entire world. And this system is tested by independent safety assessors. So like Mr. Arvind Kumar said, it takes time. It takes time to develop it, and then once we provide it, yes, it will start functioning. So I have already said that we have already moved to the area of our highest priority section of Delhi, Bombay and Delhi, Kolkata. Trains are running at high speed. The train density is very high, and therefore we have started moving in that direction. The 1500 kilometer which has been provided on South Central Railway is primarily to see whether the system is reliable, because once we providing a system, it has to be reliable. An unreliable system, we cannot say is a safe system. So that is being proved that the
So
system
how many
is
years
reliable.
would it take for us to know whether the system is reliable, sir?
Say the system has already proven its worth, and that is why we have started moving in that direction to provide it on the most important section. Those are the section where if the system will not work, the train will stop. So this is already on the process.
All right. Well, look, I'd really appreciate the explanation that both of you are giving, and I think we all agree that the technology is important. But I'm not sure if there are any family members of those who've lost their lives would accept the argument that in 15 years, we as a country have failed to deploy it more than 1700 odd kilometers in the country. We'll take a break on this note, and let's hope new technology and old ways in ensuring that accidents don't happen are further reinforced.